Well, in today's segment of In the Legal Know, we are talking about a retirement savings tool that has become increasingly important for people thinking about their financial future. The Roth IRA. You may have heard the phrase tax-free retirement income, but what exactly does that mean? And who can contribute to a Roth IRA? What are the rules for taking out money? And how can a Roth IRA fit into our overall estate and retirement plan? Lots of questions, but you know who's here to answer all the questions in the studio is estate planning attorney Vincent J. Russo. Always great to have you here.
Yeah, pleasure. And I thought you were going to have all the answers today.
No, it's confusing. 401k, right. IRA, Roth IRA, and everything. So what is a Roth IRA?
Okay, so simply put, a Roth IRA is, as you said, a retirement savings account. And it's a beautiful retirement savings account in the sense that you can make contributions with after-tax dollars. And those after-tax dollars in that account can grow tax-free. So when you take it out as a qualified withdrawal, there are no income taxes years later. So you can imagine the deferred growth there. So the investment of those initial dollars coming in will grow over time, and there'll be no taxes if you take it out in the proper way.
I guess for me, that perks my years up, that the tax benefits on the back end, right, for this particular.
Yeah, that's very astute. You have to make a decision. Do you want the tax benefit up front with a traditional IRA, or do you want to have it on the back end with a Roth IRA, which also offers more flexibility?
So talk about that tax-free growth. How does that work? How is that so powerful?
Okay, so it's very powerful because with tax-free growth, it's the compounding of the interest or the growth of that investment in that IRA account. So over time, the account will grow faster over time because you've used after-tax dollars to pay into that account. So it's really a terrific mechanism for allowing you to have more on the back end.
So, and then everyone's watching being like, I want to just throw a ton of money into this account, but there are limits, contribution limits each year, right? So what are we talking about for 2026?
Yeah, absolutely. So first of all, you can only contribute an amount up to the amount of your taxable earnings. That's number one. And then number two, there's a cap of $7,500 for an IRA contribution. But if you're 50 or older, they allow you to add another $1,100 to get you up to $8,600. They call it a make-up or a catch-up. Now, there are also income limits. So there's a phase-out for Roth IRAs. So if you're single and you have taxable income of over $153,000, you're going to start to lose the ability to make those contributions, and they're going to phase out at $168,000. And for a married couple, the numbers are higher, $242,000 up to $252,000. So once you're over those amounts, then you're not able to make a Roth contribution.
All right. So, I mean, we are talking about retirement. So if I put money into a Roth IRA, is that I can't touch that till, what is that, 59 and a half? Is that the age?
Well, now that gets a little more complicated, right?
Here we go. That's why you're here.
So when can you take the money out? First of all, the contributions you put in, you can take out at any time without a penalty and without tax. So that's where there is tremendous flexibility. But when it comes to earnings on that account, if you're prior to age 59 and a half, it's going to be subject to income tax and a 10% penalty. If you're after age 59 and a half but haven't had the money in the account at least 5 years, you're going to be subject to income tax without a penalty. And then once you're over 59 and a half and had the money in the account more than 5 years, that's what's called a qualified withdrawal. No income tax, no penalty.
Wow. All right. So we're talking about Roth IRAs, but there are IRAs, just plain IRAs. So what's the difference?
Yeah. So we'll call those traditional IRAs. That's what people are most familiar with. And then there's the Roth IRA that came in later. So here's a chart that kind of runs through some of the key factors or features and how they work. So I'll point two out that are the most important. First is tax deductibility. So if you have a traditional IRA, you're putting the money in and you're not paying any tax on that money. And so when you pull the money out, it will be subject to tax. With a Roth IRA, there's no tax deduction up front, and you're going to have that ability to take the money out tax-free. So that's the big distinction between the two. Tax-deferred growth works in both accounts. There's no taxation as the account is growing. Withdrawals, as I said, traditional IRA, take the money out, no tax. You're going to have a tax on a traditional IRA, no tax on a Roth IRA. There are income limits for both. And then once you're age 72, and this is a really important distinction, with a traditional IRA, you've got to start taking the money out. They're called required minimum distributions. And with a Roth, the account owner does not need to take the money out. So that's a big distinction if they want to leave that money on for family.
All right, we're running out of time, so let's kind of like morph everything, kind of the estate planning and how this works, and everything.
Sure, you got to build this into overall estate planning, and there are a number of questions that one should ask as they're thinking about a Roth or a traditional IRA. Am I eligible to contribute? How much? What are the tax advantages? When can I take the money out? Who do I name as a beneficiary? Those are all important questions. Go and meet with a financial advisor or an elder law attorney who can really walk it through and customize it to your particular situation, what would make sense.
Also known as just call you in your office. Just give everybody your website, phone number, and everything. So, because you're here to help, and this is what you do.
Well, we're happy to be available, and we have a lot of resources on the website at vjrussolaw.com. And you can always call us at 516-683-1717. Happy to help.
I know. I have a lot of questions about my retirement accounts and what I should be doing. So I'll be calling you, Vincent. Thank you.